Hey guys, in today's video we are going to be Zillow surfing a very cool floating home slash houseboat in Portland, Oregon. You guys are taking a look at it right now. Really cool aesthetics to this home. It looks like something like some 80s television detective would live in and speed out of here in his boat to go solve crimes. Very, very cool house, floating house and houseboat. They advertise this as a floating house and houseboat, so I'm not sure if it can actually drive. We'll take a look at the listing in a second, read a little bit more about it, and see, can you actually take this out on the river or out on the lake, or is this more meant to be stationary? You know, there are some houseboats and yachts that obviously you can live on and you can also ride them around, and there's other houses that are houseboats or, you know, floating homes. But if you ever actually wanted to move it, you'd have to hire like a tugboat to come move it to a different marina. We'll also see, like, does this actually come with the slip, or are you having to buy the slip as well? They're asking $395,000 for this. It's 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, and 1,548 square feet, which is actually huge for a houseboat, boat, floating home. Most of these are going to be substantially smaller, like 1,000 square feet or less. Recently had a price cut of $67,000, and I'm going to let you guys take some looks at the photos of this property. You know, I think I did a video recently about, let's go back to photo 1. I think I did a video recently about Portland, where we kind of talked about the city of Portland, shared some interesting stats. So what I'll ramble a little bit about as we're looking at the photos of this home is, you know, I actually think that there's a lot of millennials who are kind of starting to throw in the towel and give up on the idea of ever being able to own a home, especially if you live in a higher cost of living area. I actually think that home ownership, the cost of home ownership, it's going to get a lot more affordable for Gen Zers. This doesn't get talked a lot about. You know, there's a lot of like doomer channels out there, a lot of doom and gloom, you'll never own a home, YouTube channels out there. I actually think home affordability is going to get a lot better for Gen Zers, and I think it's almost a mathematical certainty that that will happen, short of us printing another $6 trillion and destroying the buying power of the dollar, or short of us letting a bunch of foreign buyers come in and buy all of our real estate. But if that doesn't happen, it's essentially a certainty that home affordability is going to get better. Let me quickly kind of break down the numbers for you. So right now, if you look at Zillow, Redfin, Fannie Mae, HUD, any number of private and government organizations, it's estimated that on the low end, we have a housing shortage of about 1.5 housing units. On the high end, maybe 5.5 million. Baby boomers are the largest generation. Millennials are the second largest generation. Part of the problem right now is both baby boomers are staying in homes longer than they would have in previous generations. You know, in the past, in people's 60s, they'd start downsizing into condos or smaller homes or apartments. And now, you know, people are living into their 70s and 80s, and they're still get around well. They're still very healthy. They're still very active. So it's not like somebody can't maintain their home or can't maintain their yard when they're 65. You know, you have a lot of like people well into their 70s who are still playing pickleball, doing, you know, Ironmans, running marathons. People are a lot more youthful in their older ages, and what that's wind up causing is they've overstayed in their homes 10, 20 years. And so millennials who wanted to start buying homes, you know, 10 years ago, to start families and things like that, haven't been able to get into these homes. And so you have basically millennials and baby boomers both fighting it out for the same homes. However, in the next 5 to 15 years, baby boomers are going to start either dying off, going into assisted living, downsizing, and it's estimated that there's 8 to 9 million homes that are going to be hitting the market. So if we have a shortage of, even on the high end, 5.5 million homes, could be as low as 1.5 million, although I think that's a little bit under what it truly is. We're going to have an excess of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 million homes hitting the market. Now, a lot of younger people say, oh, I don't want a McMansion in the suburbs. You know, I don't want to live in the suburbs. I want to live in a walkable city. But at the end of the day, I think people are going to be hungry to own homes, and the housing market is going to wind up getting flooded with homes. Now, it's unfortunate for millennials who don't already own homes. And, you know, it gets talked about how, oh my gosh, you know, it's such a housing crisis. And there definitely is a housing crisis. There's definitely a problem with affordability. But the reality is that over half of millennials own homes. So it's not like no millennials own homes. What's kind of unfortunate is if it takes 10 years to happen, the oldest millennials are already in their early 40s. That's going to put millennials in their early 50s by the time they're able to own their first homes. Even the younger millennials who are now maybe, 26, 27, I forget exactly where the cutoff is for them in Gen Z, but even the younger millennials, if it takes 10 years, they're going to be 37 years old by the time they're able to buy a home and kind of have a family in a home and things like that. So Again, it's almost a mathematical certainty that housing affordability is, at worst case scenario, going to kind of stagnate, but most likely is going to probably get much more affordable as these properties start hitting the market. Will probably start happening in about 5 years, and over the course of the next decade after that, a lot more homes are going to be hitting the market. Let's look at some more info about this home. No HOA, $255 per square foot. What's unique about this home? Vibrant colors, ample storage and workspace, noise-reducing wall system because it is going to be louder in a marina, Murphy queen-size bed, and this property is going to cost you on average about $2,400 per month to own. If we look at the property history, it last sold in 2016 for $295,000. It was originally listed for $369,000. Let's take a look at property taxes. I'm not sure if this is going to have property taxes. Doesn't say if it's available. Let's read a little bit more about this because I'm curious. Does this home actually drive? And do you actually own the slip? We'll see if they mention that in the listing here. This modern floating home boathouse combo, celebrated in varied Northwest publications, offers a 360-degree unobstructed view of the Columbia River, Vancouver, and North Portland skylines, Washington State shoreline, Mount Hood, and endless river views. River wildlife is abundant, sunsets and sunrises are spectacular, and vibrant colors are constant from multiple decks. Air traffic is exciting to watch, and the deck restaurant is just around the corner. This floating home was architecturally designed and engineered in 2009. A widened new log and steel stringer foundation was installed in May of 2024, and it's rated number 5 by Ducks Moorage LLC. The main second floor's living space has a full kitchen with a natural gas range. So you got natural gas, not propane. Murphy queen-size bed, noise-reducing wall system and windows, mini split heating and AC, and a full bath. The boatwell can moor a 27-foot plus fishing boat yacht, so you could park a boat in here, and has ample storage and workspace with a brand new full bath, laundry room, and new washer, gas dryer, and kitchenette. There's an additional space available to include a bedroom, loft, game family room, office, study, or any type of combination. The brand new west-facing clear glass roll-up garage adds a more spectacular river view. This home is a rare gem designed for those who seek the extraordinary and refuse to settle. So from the listing as well from like the price breakdown on this home, we don't see if you own the slip or rent the slip. I'm guessing you're probably going to pay somewhere between like $600 and $1,500 a month for this space on top of what you're paying for the home. And it's unclear whether this property can actually drive, but I'm thinking no, just because it does have this little boathouse here. Let's open this up and take a look at some photos. Okay, we're starting at photo 42, so let's go back to the first photo here. Okay, so awesome rooftop deck. I like the garage door. Loving this property. Love like that roof line there. Some exterior photos here. Kitchen kind of looks out to the deck, which looks out to the river. Great place to drink your morning coffee, have an evening cocktail, taking a sunrise or a sunset. Very, very cool there. Spot to lounge and get some sun. Good sized kitchen. This is bigger than the kitchen I have in my real home. We got stairs going up the side. Looks like you can also enter from underneath. Dig the ceiling fan, dig the wood beams on the ceiling. Looks like you got a good amount of storage space and countertop space in the kitchen. Some more outdoor photos. Looks like you have a little deck area here. Let's see here. So more photos of the kitchen. You know, nice range hood, nice backsplash. Got a bathroom, full bathroom, shower, you know, vanity, toilet. What are we looking at here? Okay, so we got the queen size Murphy bed that folds down from the wall to save space. So you get up in the morning, make your bed, fold it up, and you got some clear room here if you want to get a little workout in or something like that. More photos of the deck there. Like that kind of hanging chair, because that's your front porch. Okay, so you got a huge kind of boathouse and garage, so you can pull your boat right into here. You also got plenty of room under here for storage. It looks like you got a bathroom downstairs as well, so that's neat. Full bath, a little bit more modern than the other bathroom. We got almost looks like marble walls. We got the shower, modern vanity, cool funky mirror, toilet. Washer dryer in that bathroom as well. Looks like they got a little dirt bike. I guess that's probably for getting into town. Got some storage on the walls there. What at photo 43. Okay, so we got kind of a little downstairs slop sink. I guess you could, you know, clean your boat, clean some of your gear, cleans fish down here. So that's kind of cool. They got that down there. We see some more sunsets and another picture of the front of the property. So it's hard to envision how this is 1,500 square feet, but it's 1,500 square feet nonetheless. What do you guys think about this property? Drop a comment down below and let me know. Again, this one's $395,000, houseboat and floating house in Portland, Oregon, at 2901 Northeast Marine Drive. This is unit, or I guess slot, dock, whatever, C23. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. As always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.